And over here in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have our red Terran player who picked this map. It is Dignitas Select.
He picked it, so you can't complain.
That's true. Hey, and we always say if both players and their teams, let's see, yeah, there's gold minerals too, so this must be the latter version of the map. If both players, they play a game, no one argues about the results, the teams accept it, so on and so forth, then we're not going to protest either. But they're not playing, this is not the official IPL version. So
no, it is not. It has gold minerals as well.
Yes. And here in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have our pink Protoss player there from the Team Prime and up 1-0 in the set. It is Creator.
I wonder how they settled on the German word for church for their NA account. That's a bit
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kirkia.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him about that sometime. But and you guys might get a chance to see them. They are one of the last 4 teams. Prime is in the GSTL, last 4 remaining. And remember, guys, the GSTL Finals is going to be played live at IPL 4 in Las Vegas. So that is going to be awesome.
I cannot wait.
You know, the 4 teams that are left, who is it? It is FXO and Prime and MVP and NS
Now, the kind of the cool thing is that so the people who come through the lower brackets in each of the groups swap and then play the winner of the other bracket. So Prime is I'm sorry, MVP is going to play NS and Prime is going to play FXO. So those are the matchups.
Right. So basically what it ends up meaning is whoever ends up coming to IPL 4, it's going to be so awesome to see those 2 teams there. I can't wait, man. Yeah,
because if you guys aren't aware, we're going to take the it looks like we're flying out 7 players from each team is what I ended up saying. So we're going to fly out 7 players from each team, and those 7 players from each team, or 14 Korean players in total, are going to be put into the open bracket as well.
They'll be there as well, yeah.
They'll be competing. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. I'd love to see Björn come to IPL.
I just love there's on all of the teams. There's so many players that I would want to see.
I mean, absolutely.
I admit I have a special place in my heart for Enes Hossa after their run in Team Arena Challenge.
Yeah.
I would love to see like Seal and Tassadar and Sage out there, in addition to, of course, Jokchi, who you're going to see later on tonight. But then on the flip side of things, I can't vote against MVP because then we get Dongregoo and Genius and Keen and SC. It's going to be amazing.
You know, I'm just going to watch and see what happens. You know, I'm going to watch and see what teams make it out. And whatever happens, I'm going to be happy with, because all 4 teams are absolutely fantastic that are left in the GSTL. So it's going to be awesome either way.
All right, so now Select looks like he actually is going for the 1-ranks gasless fast expand. We thought he was doing that last time, ended up putting down another barracks. And Creator looks like he is legitimately going to go into a 1-gate fast expand, but of course he certainly threw us off a little bit last go around as well. He did use a chrono boost on a Stalker as well, which is what led me to believe that it wasn't going to be a 4-gate the first time around.
Yep, and now Select playing this basically how you should. I mean, there's nothing out of the ordinary going on here. He's getting the bunker down there in time. Should get it up just before the Stalker gets there. That's generally kind of when you see it happen. The bunker finishes, and hello, Stalker. Exactly there in time. And so, looks like Creator Prime's not going to be able to get past her to do any scouting. He's going to have to wait, most likely for his Robo-Bay, unless he wants to, like, suicide a Stalker into the base and try to get into the main. But we'll probably see a pretty quick Robo from Creator, because he hasn't seen that second command center yet, I don't believe, or has he?
I think take a look.
He has not.
No,
okay,
he's not seen anything.
For all he knows, it could be a 1-1-1. He really has no idea. So I think we are going to probably see a pretty quick Robo out of Creator Prime after he gets that Nexus down.
Oh, Creators, watch out. The SEV trying to get in the fight as well. I actually want to take a look at Creator's vision. Okay, no, he did scout all positions. I was going to feel bad if he had only scouted, cross positions at first, and something like that happened. Putting up a Robo after the 1-gate. We'll probably see a couple more gateways following that in a second. Select doing a very Select-ish thing, going 3 racks after the 1-racks gasless FE, immediately into 2 gas.
Yep, he's going to probably go for a very quick medevacs and upgrades now, as he usually does. Then into a bit of drop play. This is a great map for dropping as well, by the way. It ends up working pretty well here. And yeah, I wonder if these Marines are going to be able to do any damage here. They will be able to poke up and see the Nexus at the very least.
He led the Stalkers and Zealot away so well, though. So here comes Select. He's just going to power his way through the sentry, start picking off a couple of probes. He's also going to be able to effectively deny the natural for quite some time. The Stalker with a few probes will be able to eventually take out the Marines, but not without some losses. At the same time, Creator was trying to poke through the front, but he just simply cannot.
Yeah, and this was a nice little move by Select. I mean, he did lose all the Marines, but he did kill 5 probes total. I think one of those may have been a scout, but he did kill you know, a decent amount of probes, killed his sentry as well. That's 100 gas that Creator Prime is never going to see again. And he did get a pretty good scout. You know, he saw the robotics facility. He saw what he needed to see. So SeleCT, I would say, in a great spot early on in this game.
Yeah, what a smart play out of him to lead those units around. Now let's go ahead and take a look as a factory is coming up, engineering bay finishing up, stim pack finishing up. So, of course, you only have so much gas at the beginning of the game as a Terran, and it looks like so you have to cut one of those. I mean, you can add on a bunch of add-ons, you can tech up to medevacs, you can add on upgrades. You can generally pick 2 of those 3, and it looks like he's going to keep the add-ons off there for a little bit longer. That's what's coming up last.
Yeah, well, it's a good decision to kind of leave those a little while. I mean, you want to get some Marauder production going, but you don't want to go overboard. We have seen players kind of delaying those add-ons a little bit more than they used to, just because of those very reasons. I mean, if you're a Terran player that wants to know how to play TVP out there, I mean, this is a classic TVP game from SeleCT right now. Nothing out of the ordinary at all, really. He's just going for basic, you know, barracks and medevacs, you know, getting the early engineering bay to get his upgrades going. This is standard TVP at its utmost right now. Adding those 2 more barracks on as he takes those 2 gas. Yeah, if you want a build to study here, or a game to study with, to learn TVP a bit better, definitely check this one out. No matter if he wins or not, you know, this opening is worth learning for every Terran player out there.
Now, Creator has, in both games, and the first one, of course, being a little bit odd, but delayed on his normal double forges that we see him put down. Usually about this point, we start to see upgrades on their way, but it's already a Twilight Council being started for Creator, maybe prioritizing Blink to get rid of medevacs when the time comes, and there it is, Blink coming up.
Yep, just kind of anti-drop play from Creator Prime, and again, you know, we saw him respond really well to what his opponent was doing last game, and I think we're seeing more of the same. You know, he's a very young player, but he's also been very successful, and one of the reasons is that he's able to kind of anticipate these types of things.
And looks like our first couple of medevacs are popping out now for SeleCT. He's already got a smattering of units on the ground. Pretty passive game for these 2 players, and, you know, Creator is more than happy to let that continue to be the case, as he does love sitting back and teching up, getting all of his upgrades in place. And there's finally a Robo Bay coming down, so we will see Colossi in just a bit.
Seems like the spoon Protoss when it comes to PvT. You know, I mean, his other matchups are a little bit different, but when it comes to Protoss versus Terran, definitely tries to kill you with a spoon. Although, you know, I could maybe call him the sledgehammer Protoss as well. In that, you know, he's got like a huge sledgehammer and just takes him a long time to lift it up because it's so heavy, but then he just brings it down once and you're smashed, man.
That's not a bad analogy, though. That's basically what happens in this game. It's nice job picking off the Observer there as well. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention, of course, Creator's teammate Marine King for taking MLG over the weekend.
Oh, yeah,
what
man.
An amazing performance out of him. Those games against Dongriku were so smart. The crazy 3 factory, 4 or 5 barracks, 1 starport builds, mass Hellion, Thor, Marine. So much fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, the quality of the play from players just keeps getting better every time we see him. Especially Marine King is one of those players that just keeps advancing things, keeps showing us some new builds. SeleCT having a really good eye here, seeing those observers as well. I think it was the automaton that told him, though. You know, they are detectors, of course. I bet they can see everything. Just whispers to the SCV, "There's an observer."
There's a reason they're the best. They are the very best critters, so...
Well, they're close. They aren't technically critters because they're machines.
I guess that's true.
And thus have no personality or real life.
But they are still overpowered in every sense of the word. So that just merely removes their moral objections to killing things.
Oh, that's true. That is an advantage for them. But here comes an advantage for SeleCT, possibly dropping in here. Stalkers, are they going to get out in time to do some damage to the medevacs? Not quite. Blinking back is Creator Prime, and SeleCT has a lot of Marauders in this force.
Yeah, he does. This is actually pretty good damage here. Creator's not able to react in time before he started taking losses. Ooh. 4 of the gateways depowered now. We have a Colossus coming out to try and clear things up. There's the Blink Stalkers to start going after a couple of the medevacs, but the Nexus has fallen.
That was not a bad drop at all for SeleCT. I mean,
God.
Killed the base, and another little poke at the natural, doing some more damage, and he gets it! Oh, he gets it right before Thermal Lance completes.
So good, so good.
Yeah, this is classic SeleCT right now. Might lose these 2 medevacs, but it was worth it to kill that. Yeah, absolutely worth it in that case.
Very much so. So, wow, very impressive there. And looks like SeleCT going to come back in, was thinking about another drop, and
he
could
pull it off. He totally could. But the thing he needs to consider is that Creator Prime is just basically going all in right now. It looks like his plans have been shattered, laid to waste, if you will, and he just wants to see if he can end the game. I think what we're going to see him do, too, is maybe check to see if SeleCT has taken the third, but he actually knows now that he hasn't. So, yeah, he's just going to build that pylon, go right into the natural, and another drop from SeleCT. So, yeah, these guys are all in now.
All right, well, he's going to go after that pylon to prevent the Warpins from coming in once again. There's a few Vikings that are sitting on the high ground as well, going after the Colossi. One is about ready to fall. Second is taking a little bit of damage, but it's actually gone to the back, and doesn't look like Creator has enough. There's the GG, and SeleCT has taken game number 2.